Welcome to another Forex forecast with Blue Pips Forex. I'm Francis, and in today's forecast I'm going to be talking about AUD CadJpy, EurJpy, NzdUsd and UsdChf. I'll be breaking these pairs down from the monthly time frame down to the daily time frame, making a full multi-time frame analysis on them, showing the major levels of structure in the market and where I expect the price to go over the next couple of days or weeks, as the case may be. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do so in order to enable you get our content the moment we are uploading them. Alright, so without further ado, let's get down to the video. Alright, so this is AUD CAD and this is the monthly time frame. And what we can see first is that we have this level of structure right here that acted as support. We had support, and when it broke, by the time the price came back to that level, price found resistance at that level before this push to the downside. And when the price came back to that area again, price found resistance once again at that level, and since then the price has started moving down. You can expect to see the price make it into the next level of support we have down at this area here. As you can see, we had the area act as resistance here. Alright, we can see that here was support. By the time the price broke to the downside, it tested this area as resistance, and you can see the move that followed through. And by the time the price approached and give us a break of this structure level right here, we can expect that as the price is coming back down, it's going to get to this area and find support once again at this area. So what to expect from the monthly time frame is for the price to make it down to this support at this point. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. Alright, so from the weekly time frame, we have a market that we had this structure right here. You can see that at this area we had resistance. By the time market was above the area and came back, the price tested that area as support. We had support at this point. Then 3 weeks ago the price closed below all that area, and this last week the price has come back to retest that area once again, and the price is finding resistance at that area. So with the price finding resistance at this level of structure right here, we can expect further drop in the price down to our overall monthly target. So from the monthly time frame, we want to see the price drop. From the weekly time frame, we are seeing bearish price action that suggests a drop in the price of AUD CAD. So that's what we have from the daily time frame. Alright, so from the daily time frame, what we can immediately see is that alright, so what we can see is that we have a downtrend in play. From this area right here, you can see how the market came, made this double top pattern right here, broke the double top pattern, came back to retest this ascending trend line we have right here, and price found resistance at that point there. So from that area we had all this move to the downside, breaking this level of support right here. So now with this area that was support being broken, we expected that by the time the price is coming back to the area, the price will find resistance at the area, and that's exactly what has happened. You can see that after the price broke this area as support, that area of support at this area right here, the price made it down to this lower support we had from the weekly time frame, which I highlighted, and price rejected this swiftly. Now by the time the price was getting back to this area right here, the price found resistance at that area, which was expected, and with the price finding resistance at this area, we can expect to see further drop in the price. And as you can see, we have a confluence of resistance at that point. First we have this horizontal level of resistance, support right here, which is now acting as resistance at this point. We also have this channel resistance right here. You can see how this area acted as resistance. We had resistance, and once again we have the price rejecting that area once again as resistance. So with this, we can expect to see further drop in the price over the next coming weeks, as the case may be. So overall on AUD CAD, we expect to see the price drop down to this support at this area. So the next pair on our list is CadJpy. And what we can see from the monthly time frame, first of all, is that the month is rejecting this level of support right here. You can see that we had support at this point, we had support at this point, and then by the time the price came back to that area, the price is finding resistance at that point. You can see how this candle closed above it, next month closed back below it, and you can see that this month, which has just closed, now actually rejected the same support again. So with this, we can expect to see the price drop down to this area over the next few months, as the case may be. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. So from the weekly time frame, we have quite a different scenario. We have the price at a weekly level of support right here. So now you can see that this area was support. We have support, we have support, and now this week has rejected this area as support once again, or this week is finding support at this point. As you can see, the week failed to close below that area of structure, and that is actually a very important area of structure in the market, because if I put an horizontal line on that level, we are going to see that that area has held as solid support over the last few years. You can see that we had support back here, we had support back here. When the price broke below, the area started acting as resistance. When we had a break above again, you can see how that area has held as support over the last few years. So with that, we can expect that this area, we can expect to see some kind of rejection from this area. So let's see what we have from the daily time frame. Okay, so from the daily time frame, we have this ascending trend line right here. You can see how the price started from this area, found support at this point, found support once again at this point, and now we have the price finding support once again at this confluence. As you can see, we have ascending trend line support. We also have this horizontal level at that area, and also if I'm going to put I'm going to add this, we'll see that the area is still acting as a wedge support. So we can see this, and with this we can see that the price is rejecting this area of support. So with this, we can expect at least a bounce to the next daily level of resistance we have, which is at this point here. You can see that last time the price was here, the price bounced from that area up before we had the break. So after a break, we can expect retest of that area, and that's what we expect to happen, at least a rise to this area of structure. Then at that area, we want to see how the price will react. If we will get a break below for the next move to all these lows right here, or if we are going to have a push above. So if we are going to get a rejection of this area, then we'll most likely be positioning ourselves for a short trade again. But if we are going to get a break of this pattern right here, then we want to see the price get back to this high once again. Alright, so the next pair on our list is EurJpy, and on EurJpy, what we can see is that we have this market right here that created this multi-year wedge pattern here. You can see how that pattern lasted for at least 20 years or even more, and a couple of years ago, I think 2018 or thereabouts, we had the break of this pattern at this point here, and we had the market make this move to this low. Price came back up, made another push lower, and then broke upwards, forming what we have, forming this possible double bottom pattern at this point right here. So with that, we could have expected that the price will come to this area and reject this support, that's this resistance rather, and reject it as support right here. But now you can see that the month has closed below this support. So with this close below this support, what we can expect is for the area to act as resistance for the next move lower. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. Alright, so from the weekly time frame, what we can see clearly is a market that from this high right here made one push lower, made a retracement to the next weekly level of structure, of which I'm going to just add a rectangle to that area so we can see it clearly. Alright, so right here we can see that this area acted as resistance. It was support back here. When the price came back here, it found resistance, and from there we have the next move low. I can expect this price to make it to this low over the next few weeks, as the case may be. So with this monthly and weekly close below this area, we expect the price to continue to this low over the next few weeks. So let's see what we have from the daily time frame. Alright, so from the daily time frame, what we can see is that we had this ascending channel at this point. You can see the resistance up there. You can see that we had support here, we had support here, we had support here, and then a couple of days ago the price broke this ascending channel. And after a break of this kind of channel, what we could have expected would have been continuation lower, and that's actually what we expect. But now we know that the price does not move in a straight line, it moves in waves. So from this area, what we can expect will be for the price to come back to retest this zone of structure right here. So if the price will come back to retest this zone of structure, then we will be positioning ourselves for a nice short trade to probably a support at this area before we start aiming at the final target right here. So from this area, if we get a good entry signal, then we can take a long trade first for this retracement move to retest the previous support as new resistance. And at that area, we'll be positioning ourselves for the next short trade on this pair. So let's see what we have on the next pair. Okay, so the next pair on our list is NzdUsd, and this is the monthly time frame, and what we can see is that we have the price rejecting a level of structure right here. We had support, we had this chopping market around this area before this move lower. When the price came back to the area, the price found resistance at that level before this move lower, and the price came back up to that same area and found resistance once again, made all this push lower, came back up, and once again the price is finding resistance at that level. So the price rejecting this area as resistance, what we can expect would be for the price to drop, give us a drop. And the reason why I want to see that drop is because you can see from here we have this descending channel right here. You can see the resistance, the price broke it at that level, and we don't have any proper rejection yet. So we'll expect to see the price drop to reject this trend line as and find support. That's, we expect this trend line to act as support. So that we expect to see the price drop at least to this area, and then we will have the possibility of this inverse head and shoulders right here at this point. So that's what we want to see from the monthly time frame, to see the price drop at least to this area of structure right here. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. Alright, so from the weekly time frame, what we can see is a market that came from this low, made this retracement, pushed up, found support at this point, came up and created this double top pattern right here. Price came back to retest that area and rejected it. And you can see that this week's candle is closing back below the resistance, and with the close back below that resistance, we can expect to see the price drop further. And that thing that is interesting to take note of on this weekly time frame is the possibility of a head and shoulders pattern, confirming what we want to see from the monthly time frame, which is that drop down to this area first of all. So with this, we will expect to see the price at least drop first to this area of structure we have right here. So that's what we have from the daily time frame. So from the daily time frame, we can see that today has just rejected the same resistance I've been talking about from the weekly time frame. And with this type of rejection, it's clear that the price is almost prepared for this move downwards. But before I'll be taking entry, what I want to see again will be once again a retest of this area this coming week. And if I'm going to see a retest and a rejection of this area, then I'm going to be taking a good trade down to the neckline of this possible head and shoulders first of all. Then if I'll get a close below that neckline, then I can now take another short trade down to the overall target we have from the weekly time frame. But if on the other hand the price will not give us this retracement to this area first, and then the price will just start moving, then I'll be on the 4 hours time frame. I'm looking for good price action patterns that will suggest a good trade with a good risk to reward before I take a trade on this pair. So last but not the least is UsdChf. So let's see what we have from the monthly time frame. Right, so from the monthly time frame of this pair, what we can see is that we have a market that from this area we had support, we had resistance at this point. We can see how the area held as support, and then the price approaching that area again. We expected this area to hold as support, and that's exactly what is happening. So with this area holding as support, we can expect to see a rise in the price of USDCHF. So let's see what we have from the weekly time frame. Alright, so from the weekly time frame, what we can see is that we have this descending channel right here. You can see how we had support and resistance at that point. We had resistance here, we had resistance here. You can see that from here we had support here, we had support at this point, and once again the price is rejecting the same area of support. So with that, we can expect to see a rise at least to this area first. Then from that area, I want to see how the price will react if we are going to see a close below the area for the next push higher, or a rejection for another drop in the price of USDCHF. So let's see what we have from the daily time frame. Alright, so from daily time frame, we have price at resistance or at the level of structure. Right here, you can see it was support here. We had resistance at this point, and then with the price at this area, once again, that area is still resistance. You can see that the price has not closed above the area. So as long as the price is still around there, we can see a rejection of this level. So before I'll be taking a long trade on this pair, I want to see one of two things. One of two things will happen. We'll either see the price just continue all the way to this target up here, or we are going to see the price give us a retracement to this area where we can then position ourselves for the buy trade. But what I would expect to happen will be to see a rejection of this area. If I see a rejection of this area, I'll be positioning myself for a nice short trade first to this support once again for completion of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Then if I'll get a good price action suggesting a rise in the price, then I'll be taking a nice buy trade with good risk to reward to the overall upside target at this point right here. So this is going to be all on my analysis for this week. Also, before I sign off, it's important to note that the week we are going into is a week of which the United States is having their general elections, that's their presidential election. So we might be seeing spikes in the market. We might be seeing whipsaws in the market. So as usual, I will try to be as reactive as possible and not predict what will happen in the market. So that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, so thank you for staying with us till the end. If you enjoyed this video, do like, subscribe and share it. Also, you leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Until we meet in the next video, do remain profitable and have a wonderful weekend.